everyone, it is Matt with ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. Day 2 of rehearsals, done. 8 acts performed, second half of semi-final 1. And I just want to give an overall view of the 8 songs, in addition to just the individual videos that I've done. Also share with you my personal winners of the day. That doesn't mean those are the best songs, but the ones that really had a positive impression on me, or the most, I should say. So let's go for that real quick here. And as always, please hit that like button and the subscribe one if you're new to here and love Eurovision content. So let's talk this through. As mentioned, this was the second half of the first semi. That means actually Iceland Hera Björk took the stage today first, even though she's not going to be the first one to perform, the 8th one in the semifinal. But Hera Björk, we all know already, a legend on the Eurovision stage, and she sounded good from what we can hear. And keep in mind, we only get 10 pictures, maybe a dozen, as well as only a very short snippet between 15 to 30 seconds of the performance from the arena. She kept it somewhat close to the actual national final performance with her staircase, as well as just the overall feel and the lighting. Some changes with the outfit and some of the way she goes down the stairs. She's doing by herself rather than somebody helping her, of the dancers. So, and of course she's going to take advantage of the LED backdrop as well. I'm not going for all the details because I've talked about that in the other videos. Feel free to check those out. Overall, I don't have a negative opinion of the staging at all. I just don't think, since they haven't really made any changes or anything to really go into detail, I don't think this is going to really make a huge difference in terms of Iceland's, whether it's my personal thinking of its odds as well as the betting odds. I don't think this is going to have a major impact on most people. This is not going to change anyone's opinion. I think, unfortunately, Iceland is still going to be one of the countries struggling to make it to the grand final. But it looks solid. It just seems predictable, I guess. The next one on the list was Slovenia. Slovenia, we also had a lot of opinions on the team during our live stream today. So they're all, the dancers are wearing, not much, basically, just skin-colored, nude impact kind of looking shorts and all outfits, and she was wearing a bodysuit that was kind of transparent. So it's very also reminiscent of the music video, just translated to the big Eurovision stage. It is going to really come down to the camera work. I like what I've seen. Raiven sounded really good. I made some comparison to like Roxanne's performance in 2021 in terms of the interpretive dancing, not the singing. She sounded great, Raiven. So I know Roxanne did not, but I'm not saying that. It's just, it gives me a similar feel, and it remains to be seen how that's going to work on camera, because oftentimes I feel more distracted by the dancing than it's more accentuate the feel of the song. But it feels like Slovenia had an idea what they were doing, because you can tell they were singing to the camera. So it may not be a great fun experience from the audience that's going to be there in a few days or in a week or so, but more really cater to the people that will vote. And I think that's what they were going for. So I'm withholding a little bit more of the judgment here. I think there's a lot going on. Whether or not it's going to be enough, that remains to be seen. I still have Slovenia as of right now as a borderline qualifier / non-qualifier. They are still in the running in my book. The next one on the list is Finland, and Finland, once again, similar to what I said to the other 2 performances here, is very reminiscent of the national final performance. Some minor changes here and there, but for the most part, it seems identical. The looks, what the difference is, of course, LED screen, they have more effects to be used, and I think they're going to be a little bit more consistent with the camera cuts. Some of them weren't quite as great. He gets to be almost naked with his thong that he's wearing. So once again, if you liked what they've done in the national final, you should be very pleased with this one. If you didn't like the song in the first place, this is not going to win you over. So it's exactly the same thing and very little to say. I think they effectively will be able to translate this to the big screen. It'll clearly qualify because it's televote only, and then we'll see what's going to happen in the finals. But there's really not much to add here from Finland. It is what it is. National final UMK. This is basically the Malmo version of it. Next is Moldova. That is probably one of the biggest changes from the national final. Natalia, Barbu's in the middle. She doesn't bring her backup singer / models with her, because they weren't really dancing. It was a budgetary reason from what I was hearing. So instead they replaced the team, if you will, with a beautiful backdrop. And there's going to, we didn't see everything, but we saw like this beautiful tree and those bubbles and butterflies, you name it. So it's going to be just look so beautiful. Natalia playing the violin, all that stuff. So I think she is certainly elevating the song with that staging, which I thought looked really great on the pictures and the snippet. I cannot wait to see the whole thing. This is not necessarily changing my opinion in terms of what's going to happen to Moldova in the semis, because I think there is... See, the expression in English, or at least in America, is you can put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig, but it always sounds so rude calling anyone or anything a pig. You know what I mean? But you get my point. I don't think you can really do that much with the song. I don't think the song itself has the strength to really stand out. But in terms of staging, I was very impressed. Very impressed with what I saw. Azerbaijan, so those are some very interesting opinions out there by people on our team. A lot of people were confused. A lot of people liked it. No, actually, not that many, but I heard different opinions. So here's the thing. Let me explain. The staging looks very different. I'm not going into the details. Again, check out the video. So it was very dark, very futuristic, dark, silvery stuff, like he comes back from the year 2060 or something like that, showing this is what we were nowadays, but I'm still going to sing traditional, like Azerbaijani music. So it's very dark. The song, I thought initially needs some warmer color, some gold, maybe some red, but no, it's black, white, silver, and all of that stuff. But it is similar to what I said about Slovenia. This may be all about the camera work, but the more I think about it, the more I like it. And yes, my initial reaction was, this is not what I thought was going to happen. Brain not computing. However, one thing we need to remember, most people have not seen or heard the song before or saw the music video. They just go on based on first impression. And I don't think it's that big of a deal. At least they have a vision. And I usually trust Azerbaijan coming up with really interesting staging that is enough to make it to the grand final. So... I needed some time to marinate over this, and I'm already changing my mind a little bit. I have to wait, of course, for the final product, but I think there is something here with Azerbaijan. So, definitely on my radar still. I am still counting on you, Azerbaijan. You're still in the running for qualification in my book. But this is not a prediction video. I'm just throwing that out there. Who else rehearsed today? Australia. So, Australia, not many gimmicks or props in there. They bring the... didgeridoo with them and lots of color explosions on screen, but other than that, not many props. The song itself, I had always a question mark in terms of, does it have enough oomph power to really remain in people's brains, so they were like, oh yeah, Australia, that was a nice thong. That's Finland with a thong. Nice song, let me vote for this. So I am not sure if the staging itself was like the moment that I was like, okay, now I'm more confident. So my opinion did not change for the better or worse. I'm still in the same place with Australia. But I do think the song just is the uplifting, charming feel to it that it really needs to work and deliver on to really make the cut. So I'll wait for the final product there as well, but based on my first impression, the next impression is yet to come. We'll see. It didn't swing me either way. Now, one song that did make me swing a certain way is Portugal. And Portugal, I always had as a likely qualifier anyways, and or like a fairly likely qualifier, even though the betting odds had a different opinion. I am absolutely even more and more leaning towards very likely qualifier, because I think they did such a great job changing the staging from the national final, keeping the essence of it intact, and then just really give the opportunity for the Eurovision stage to do its thing and add the magic, making it intimate, bringing down that cube, just very dark, desolate lighting, and really bring out the emotion of the song. I think that they did such a good job with Portugal, understanding what the song is about and making it visually pop. And we haven't even seen the camera work really, but just based on what I've seen so far, I was like, nicely done. So Portugal certainly something happened. They're becoming such a powerhouse at Eurovision, and rightfully so. Well deserved. And the last song of the night was Luxembourg returning. Yay, it was just so good to see them. And they did a really good job. I mean, they're also trying. They're absolutely trying, bringing their own props with that frame and those cubes, fireworks, pyros, dancing, movement. So was definitely a great number to close the show. And I do think that alone will give it a great shot at qualifying. nothing guaranteed. I still have it as a likely qualifier, but it's the second half of this semi is what I call the group of dark horses. While the first group had all the big hitters, this is more of they were battling for some of the remaining spots here, and Lithuania, excuse me, Luxembourg falls right into that as well. But I did like it, and I think they have some really neat ideas. I'm hearing that they do utilize the stage a lot from different angles, so I cannot wait to see the whole full work. So overall, also a really good impression on this one. So I also want to just give you my personal winners real quick, and that means not my favorite songs per se, but really who really impressed me the most with their staging concept, or maybe almost took me off guard. So I'm going from third to first. The country that I'm putting in third place is Azerbaijan, and even though there have been some divisive, polarizing opinions out there, I said the more I think about it, the more I can get behind the effort that they're putting forward. I'm still wishing maybe that would have been a little bit more color. Maybe we haven't seen it yet, but I appreciate that they have a vision, that they have an idea, and they'll stick to their guns and show us how it's done. So I am intrigued by Azerbaijan, and therefore I'm putting them in third place. The country that I'm putting in second place in terms of biggest surprise / winner, you can't really call it a winner, and now it's a stupid word because we haven't seen much, but let's call it that anyway. Anyways, I digress. It's Moldova. And Moldova's staging just really was beautiful. And yes, you can say she's very static. She's just going to stay in one place and let the backdrop do all of the work. But from what I've seen, it is done so effectively. And I think it's just going to help its chances. I'm still not convinced it's going to be enough, but I do think that they're doing what they can, especially with the small budget that the team is working with. So take that as a big compliment, Moldova. Very little money, but always doing something. Whether it's going to work or not, we'll talk about that later. But the number one song I have, I think the biggest surprise, positive winner, caught me off guard. I think my comments previously kind of indicated that already, is Portugal. Honey, that's how you stage a song, and we haven't seen the camera work yet. Sometimes you just know. Granted, we have that happen before where then it didn't look good on camera, but this is going to look great. I just know it. It just looked so good just in the pictures. And Portugal. Stop it. No, don't stop it. Oop, I got to fly here. So yes, that is exactly how I rank them, and I don't feel bad about it. That doesn't mean the other songs aren't good or whatever. It's just based on what I saw today. Those are the ones. So third place, Azerbaijan. Second, Moldova. First, Portugal. Why don't you do the same? Leave your thoughts below in the comment sections. Who were your top 3 or your favorites based on impression? Again, I don't care about which song you like the best. I just want to really focus on what they put together on stage, the visuals and all of that stuff. I cannot wait to read them. For now, I've got to go. So I'll see you all tomorrow for day 3, which means semi 2, first half. Bye.